Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash. I'm back. I'm back. I'm refreshed, and I'm ready for the new season. I know it's still just under 3 weeks away, but I've got that buzz back. I'm excited. Yeah, man. Been away. Had quite a few birthdays. My partner, my son, myself. So yeah, it's just manic, but I'm ready. I'm back. I'm ready to make content again. The boys are back in pre-season. The transfer window is well underway, and yeah, so I'm here for an update really on what's been going on. Um, a crazy day to do it as well because Ricardo Calafiori has signed, but more on that later. But yeah, first I'm gonna start with the outgoings. So ESR, Emil Smith Rowe, the deal has been agreed with Fulham. £34 million. I think it's £27 million with £7 million on add-ons. So £27 million guaranteed. I'm hearing he's left the Arsenal pre-season camp. He's on his way to his medical with Fulham. And he's going to join up with them in pre-season in Portugal this week, I think, towards the end of the week. So yeah, Emil Smith Rowe. Never thought I'd see the day, man. Academy product, Haylender, was given the number 10 shirt, pulled us out the mud along with Saka when we were really in the dirt. But the last couple of years, injuries and playtime, he just hasn't been able to get back in the team. And I'm not going to lie, the deal makes sense for all parties. Fulham make their record transfer, sign a top player, in my opinion, and they'll be able to give him a platform to express himself and get himself back to the level that he was at. So I really hope he does manage to do that. Of course, not against Arsenal. For the player himself, he's going to probably be a starter. He's going to get lots of minutes. He's got a chance to establish himself as the main player in that team. And then for us, get a player off the books, make room for a midfield incoming. We'll get onto that more later. And yeah, good healthy amount. I think it's close to our record sale, but it's not right there. But yeah, good money. So yeah, we wish him all the best. Eddie Nketiah, another one that's linked with a move away. Another one from Hayland. He's been linked with Marseille. I think Brentford and Brighton have been linked as well. I'm hearing we're demanding a fee of around £42 million, which sounds like a lot, but when you see some of the fees that some of the other players go for, I think the likes of Broja, Chelsea were asking for 40-50 million. If you think of John Duran leaving Villa want 40 plus million. So I think that's a fair deal. And I think if he did go to a Marseille or something like that, he'd smash it in Ligue 1, go there, score bag of goals. De Zerbi as well. De Zerbi is known to want him. I think he wanted him at Brighton. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. That might be something we'll see later on in the window. But yeah, again, he needs minutes. It's time now, man. He's not going to get it here. Havertz and Jesus are ahead of him. Even Trossard in the 9 is ahead of him. So yeah, I think it's definitely time for him to move on. Reece Nelson, another Haylender, another academy graduate. He's been linked with a move to Leicester. He's been linked with West Ham as well. I'm hearing about 15 to 20 million on the table, which I think is fair, to be honest. He's hardly played for us. And yeah, in pre-season especially, he's been looking really, really bright. So yeah, whoever he goes to, obviously we'd wish him well, and wish him the best, and that again makes room for an attacking signing. Imagine losing Nketiah and Nelson. We can't just go into the season with the attackers left after that. So yeah, that's exciting, and it would again give that player some minutes. We want Reece to get minutes and be able to express himself, and it's not gonna come at Arsenal, unfortunately. Kivior, like I said earlier, Calafiori has come in. I'll talk about that more later. But pretty much the same player as Kivior, but obviously a much better player. Kivior plays left centre back or left back, and that's likely where Calafiori is going to play. So there isn't really room for Kivior anymore. He's been linked with a move back to Serie A. No, nothing concrete's really come out of it yet. I think we're looking for around the 20 to 25 million mark, and we're hearing that he'd be interested to go back to Serie A. I think we tried to mention him in the Bologna talks when we was getting Calafiori, but I don't think he wanted to go there. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully some more developments, and then we can recoup some more money. That would be really good. And yeah, incomings. Like I said, Ricardo Calafiori has signed. Absolutely delighted with that deal. He's in the USA with the boys on the preseason tour now. It felt like ages that deal was going through, talking about the different financial packages with Bologna. Then they had to settle an issue with Basel, his previous club. It was just long, but he's here now. He's been announced, and I just can't wait to see him in the team. We've just added to the best defence in the league statistically last season with one of Europe's top talents. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I spoke quite a bit about him in a previous video. That was when we was actually just linked with him, or we might have just made a bid or something. So yeah, go and check that out on my channel. But yeah, really happy with that signing, and hopefully he gets some minutes against Liverpool Wednesday night. I think it's Wednesday night that we play Liverpool in our US tour. And then a couple of rumours flying about. The most concrete rumours and links has been Mikel Merino, centre midfielder from Real Sociedad. I think he's about 28. Left-footed player. He would slot in that 8 position with Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. Yeah, he's been heavily linked with us. I'm hearing rumours that we've agreed personal terms and now we're ready to speak to Real Sociedad. I know the likes of Barcelona have been linked with him as well. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but a solid player. I'm not going to lie and say I've been watching him for years on years. He is 28 years old. I do remember him being at Newcastle, so he has been in the Premier League before. Didn't go too well for him, but I do remember him having a really nice left foot. But since then, his physicality is what's improved the most. I think he won the most duels in Europe or something crazy like that last season. And we know what Mikel Arteta likes. He loves a duel monster. And he can play as well. Crashes the box. So I'd be happy with that signing. It's a market opportunity. It wouldn't be too much money, I think, in the region of 20 million. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully now that Smith Rowe's out the door, we'll see some more developments with a midfielder. And if that's Moreno, then Moreno later on this week, going into next week. Fabian Ruiz has also been linked, similarly to Moreno. He's a left-footed number 8. He would fill in alongside Declan Rice and Odegaard. A bit different to Moreno in terms of he's not as combative and physical as Moreno, but he's probably a bit better on the ball, can carry the ball better. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never really rated him until the Euros. He had a really good Euros. He did show something quite special there. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. His parent club is PSG, and I think they're just going through the motions of signing João Neves from Benfica. So they might have to make weight and move on another midfielder. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And attackers, like I said, Eddie leaving, Reece Nelson leaving, if those deals go through, we're going to need an attacker. And I think even before all of that, we needed an attacker. That is what we need. A transitional threat. Someone that is going to get us through the tighter games. If you look back to Man City at the Etihad last season, 0-0. Bayern Munich at their place when they beat us 1-0. Them type of games, we need a transitional threat. The market isn't great, like I've said before. The number 9s, there's not many number 9s, not many wingers, but the standout ones are your Victor Osimhen's, your Pedro Netos, your Nico Williams. Osimhen, Napoli are actively looking for a suitor, but the price that they're quoting at the moment is they're not just getting any interest. So we might see that drop later on in the window, and then we'll see what happens with that. Pedro Neto, I love him. I think he's a top player. Obviously, he has had loads of injuries. But he's rapid, he can play on either side, and I don't think he wouldn't cost a monumental amount of money. I think that around the 50 million mark. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's something we'll see more movements on Neto wherever he goes a bit later on in the window. And then Nico Williams, star at the Euros, top player again, but all the reports are saying that his heart is set on Barcelona, but then Barcelona are broke. They can't come up with a financial package. So there is even a possibility, and I'm even hearing some rumours today that he might stay at Bilbao. So yeah, again, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, those are the most concrete rumours at the moment. And like I said, the more outgoings we have, I think the more incomings we'll get. So we'll see things heating up, coming towards obviously the end of the window, and as we get closer to the season. And pre-season has started. Like I said, the boys are back in training. Most of them are there. I think just the likes of Declan Rice, Saka, and David Raya, Ramsdale. I think it might just be those boys that aren't there at the moment. But apart from that, most of the boys are all back. Pre-season started obviously in England. We had a behind closed doors friendly against Leyton Orient, won that 2-0. Jesus and Smith Rowe with the goals. Coincidentally turns out to be Smith Rowe's last goal for us. And then we went on tour to America, and we've played 2 games already. We played Bournemouth, drew 1-1, Fabio Vieira with the goal there. A lot of academy products got their chance in that game. I didn't actually get to catch that game, but I caught the highlights, and it was lovely to see so many academy talents in the squad. Then we end up winning that on penalties. I believe Carl Hein made a couple of saves, which you'll be happy about. And then Man United, I watched that game. It was a really competitive game, just like it was last pre-season. They took the lead. Obviously, Højlund kind of out-muscling and outpacing Aiden Heaven, who's an academy product. Who after that, to be fair to him, looked really solid, was comfortable on the ball. I'm hearing he's actually a centre midfielder, so for him to come in centre back and have a tough challenge like that, fair play to him for sticking to it and being able to come out of that and actually put in a solid performance. And then we won the game 2-1. Goals from Jesus, assisted by Nwaneri, and Martinelli came on with a very, very good cameo from the sub-bench, considering he had only been there for a couple of days. But yeah, it was lovely to see the likes of Ethan and Nwaneri. I can't even say his name, Nwaneri. He just looks ready. He really looks ready. Looked the part. He's just so quick with his touch, with his movements. He just looks like he's ready to make a big impact in the squad. Timber, great to have him back. He's going to be like a new signing. Jesus looks really, really sharp, back to his best. Hopefully that continues. And yeah, let's just see. We've got a couple of games left. I think we've got one more game in the US. We've got Liverpool coming up, like I mentioned earlier. And then I think we've got a couple of Emirates Cup games. And I think that might be it. I might be missing someone. But yeah, like I said, we're just under 3 weeks away from the start of the Premier League. Wolves at home. And I am buzzing. So yeah, hopefully we get some more signings in. A midfielder and an attacker preferably. Get some other players off the books. And just beef up that squad, man. Raise the floor, raise the ceiling. Let's go for it, because we need to challenge again. And we need to be up there for all of the competitions. That's what I want to see us competing in this season. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm back with the content. I'm going to be giving regular content again. Let me know what you want to hear about. If there's anything that I've missed, let me know in the comments. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. I'm out.